So, what is one thing that will set a narcissist off? One thing that you can do to set almost any narcissist off in the world, to make them lose their damn minds. What's that one thing? That's what we're going to talk about today, y'all. What happens when you tell the narcissist the truth about themselves? If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. Hey, look, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. What, y'all, you know, one thing that almost universally pisses most narcissists off is when you tell them the truth about themselves. It is crazy, isn't it? Narcissistic people, toxic people, absolutely, it's going to sound, look, especially when the truth is not savory. Of course, that's why I say almost any narcissist, right? When you tell them the truth about themselves, how people really truly view them, how most people that interact with them don't really care for them or don't really like them, a lot of them are absolutely, positively going to lose their rootin' tootin' mind. That's just, I said rootin' tootin', like Woody and Buzz, right? Rootin' tootin', you're my favorite deputy. But that's going to positively make a lot of narcissistic people lose their minds when you just open your mouth and tell them the truth about themselves. Because as you might know, as most people might know, narcissists have a very fragile ego. You notice I said narcissists, not some narcissists. This is one of them things that y'all know, if y'all follow me for any amount of time, y'all know that one of the things I try not to do is I try not to speak in absolutes. I try not to speak in absolutes about narcissists, right? I try to make it just because no two narcissists are the same. But in this instance right here, this might be the one absolute. The fragility, the fragile ego, the sensitivity to criticism. If narcissistic people have this inflated ego about who we actually are and how people actually view us, right? And then you hit us with the truth, you might see us snap. You literally might see us snap and lose our damn minds because we can't handle the truth about ourselves. Like, I literally just saw this video, right? With this woman. I'm probably going to react to it on my other channel. But I saw this video of this woman, like literally sitting in bed with a man, right? And he was just berating her. He was like, "You fat, you ugly, nobody wants you." He knew that she was recording. He knew that she was recording. He said, "You fat, you ugly, nobody gonna want you. You stupid. You got no education. You got kids. Like, you worthless. You lucky I even want to be with you." And she was like, "I'm recording you." He's like, "I don't care about." He's like, "I don't care about that damn phone. I don't care about that damn phone. I do not care about that damn phone." And then, you know what she said? She's like, "Well, yeah, I might be fat, but at least I ain't broke. At least I ain't broke with no job and no car." He snapped and hit her while the camera was running. He literally snapped and hit her while the camera was running. He didn't care. He said, she's like, "Well, like, I might be fat, but at least I ain't broke with no job and call myself a man." He's like, "No!" And he lost his mind. Because although he felt like he could put her down, as soon as the truth was told about him, he literally erupted. Now, if that wasn't true, he wouldn't have said nothing. He could have just joked it off like, "I got money, I got a car." But because he is broke, because he is jobless, because he is pretty much a bum, for lack of a better word, right? And I know people gonna say, well, Lee, she got kids, bomb, so is she a bum? Hey, some people getting tricked, right? But some people, hey. But he really did go through the process. He was like, as soon as he heard the truth about himself, even though he was belittling her, berating her, as soon as he heard the truth about himself, he lost his mind. Literally popped off at this woman because she decided to have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to say what is absolutely not even a subjective truth. The objective truth about this person, he lost his mind. He became violent, right? That's why I'm just saying sometimes when you have to speak your truth to a narcissist, when you want this closure conversations, when you want to tell them how you feel, that's why they that's why they attack. And by attack, y'all, when I say that's why they attack, it's not always going to be a physical retribution, right? Sometimes they'll have an emotional reaction and they give you that emotional retribution. Well, they'll give you the silent treatment, right? They'll refuse to talk to you. They'll give you the silent treatment. Some of them will ghost you. Some of them will stonewall you. They'll pretend you don't exist. Like, it's not always rage. Well, I'm a believer that the silent treatment is rage, right? I call the silent treatment rage. I say that's I call it silent rage. But this is what happens. This is part of what goes on. A lot of people, narcissistic people, toxic people, deal with this. This is one of the situations. Like, even in my own mind, I have this inflated ego, right? When people tell me the truth about myself, that breaks me, that knocks me off of this pedestal in my mind, that rocks this pedestal, that shakes my mind, that breaks my heart about myself, that kind of brings me back to the reality of my life and not this fantasy world. When you crack the delusion, that's when they lose it. When you crack the delusion, that's when they lose it. Of course, like telling the truth about themselves, telling them the truth about themselves when they are doing something good can help stroke their ego, right? It kind of depends on what position that you're in this relationship. Because if you're in a good position in the relationship, telling them the truth about themselves helps serve you, doesn't it? It does. But like, because you can stroke their ego and you can damn near manipulate them to get what you want from them. In this circumstance, when you're stroking their ego, when you're saying what you need to say about them, when you're doing what you need to do to them, like that can help you in certain circumstances, right? Lee, how do I get a narcissist to do what I want them to do? Stroke their ego, right? Especially you have to inflate their ego. Like if it's something small, you got to make it seem like it's huge, right? But to them, it's keeping them in the delusions. It's keeping them, you're not shattering their reality, because that's what actually happens. You end up shattering their reality and they lose their damn minds. They lose their ever-loving minds. And they can't do anything about it other than have this visceral reaction towards you and towards other people who are also bringing them out of their delusion. And this is why you get a lot of abusive, manipulative, narcissistic people that do this type of stuff. And I know y'all is like, well, dang, Lee, what can we do? Like the truth. Well, if they don't like the truth being told about them, why don't they just treat us better? Because they feel like they don't have to. Let's be real. If the relationship has any type of longevity to it, they feel like they don't have to treat you better because you're already here with them. Why do I need to treat you better if you're already with me? If we're already in a relationship, if I've already, if I've already bagged you, then why do I need to put in any additional work? That doesn't make any sense to me, right? I already bagged you, but so I need to continue to treat you better? No, I treated you good to get you. Why do I need to continue? Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I don't cut the videos, but that's a little baby sneeze. Why do I need to continue to treat you good? I did it already. It's crazy, y'all. It is crazy. You know you're not a good parent, right? Yeah, of course, use discretion when you're telling them the truth about themselves. You know you're not a good parent, right? Roar! You know you're a deadbeat, right? Roar! And it's the truth. They think they're good. They think they're a good parent because they are physically present, right? They think they're a good parent because they see their kids one time out of the month. I'm a good parent. You know, some people don't see their kids 0 times. At least I see them once. See, that made me a good parent. I can't be a deadbeat because I got at least 1 beat. Like if there's 30 beats in a month, deadbeat means there's no beats, right? A deadbeat means there's no beats. I see my kids once a month, so there's 1 beat. If I were to hook up an EKG to you, an EKG machine that measures your heartbeat, if it's flatline, there's no beats. If you were dealing with me because I see my kids once a month, that's boop, boop. Do you see? That's a beat. That's what the hell I just say. What the hell I just say? Yeah, that's truly stupid. I just said, but that really is the mentality. They think because they get their kids once a month that they're not a deadbeat because dad is 0 beats, right? But you tell them the truth about themselves, like that, you're still a deadbeat once a month does not mean anything. Especially if you live 5 minutes away, you live 10 minutes down the street, you live in the same state, you make time to go play poker and video games and cards and do all this other stuff. But once a month for your kids, tell them the truth about themselves. You're not as smart as you think you are. You were not as good in high school as you thought you were. You were not that good of a cheerleader. You're not that good looking. You're not the most beautiful person in the world. You're not that tall. You're actually, 5'1" is short for a man, right? You see what I'm saying? For my short kings out there, I love y'all. I'm not a heightist. I'm just saying. But this is how you get to the heart of a narcissist. This is how you pierce the heart of a narcissist. I'm talking about piercing the heart like a damn vampire. This is how you take the cross and you pierce the heart of a narcissist by doing this right here. Pierce their heart and you take their soul away. I know this sounds stupid, y'all, but that's the mentality that so many people face right there. So, anyways, y'all, thank you for rocking with me on this Saturday. Hope you have a beautiful day. Like I said, my courses, my support group, everything is available at mentalhealness.net. Everything at mentalhealness.net. And if you want to take one of my courses, the courses, they're half off. You can use the code MOTHERS, 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 to get half off the video series and the courses. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace. Before you leave, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It just helps us reach more people. Also, everything I have is available at mentalhealness.net. My coaching, my courses, I have a couple of courses that can help you understand and help you heal. And I also have a support group, all available at mentalhealness.net. Check my site out for everything, y'all, and I will see y'all later.